Hello and welcome back to the channel. We have left Appleby and you've joined us at Lytham St Anne's, which is just south of Blackpool.
Where have all you guys got to? If you were at Appleby, where are you now? Put a comment down there. And even if you didn't get to Appleby, whereabouts are you in the world? Let us know.
So we have come here to do a little bit of filming simply because of the persecution we saw on the travellers at Appleby and the drive up to Appleby.
Yeah, on the way up to Appleby. Lytham St Anne's is a place where quite a lot of travellers used to come. Actually, let's start with the traveller bit first.
Yeah, let's just clarify what we call, or what we're going to sort of rope you all into as travellers.
So some of you might call yourself gypsies, some of you might call yourself travellers, some of you might call yourself van lifers, and obviously some of you haven't got a van or anything, you're just watching this video. But for the purpose of this chat, we're just going to call everybody that travels a traveller. You all want to travel, you all want a bit of freedom. So for the purpose of that,
it'll just simplify things for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, please bear with us. At the moment, you're all travellers. Yeah, so travellers used to come to this area quite regularly and use it over the winter, summer months, and just stay for a week or two before moving on to somewhere else.
We'd heard that there were some restrictions that had been put in place.
Yeah.
So we wanted to come here and check out the restrictions for ourselves. And what we've found is, well, a little bit of confusion. We think it's discrimination, and we can't understand the reasoning behind this.
It just doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. Britain is hardly the most popular seaside-y town
Destination.
Yeah, tourism just doesn't take part in this part of the world. It's just too wet and windy. So any sort of tourism you get, any sort of extra visitors to your town should be welcome. And I just don't understand why the councils are not lapping it up and making use of it. You've got people coming to your towns spending money and you're telling them to go away basically. You don't want them.
Yeah, we've just recently done a video about Morecambe Promenade. We'll put the link up the corner. But quite a few of those comments said, why don't we stay in campsites and is that what you call them, places for motorhomes and camper vans? But the thing is, because of the great British weather, you don't know when is going to be a good day, so you can't book in advance. So you might want,
yeah, I don't think people that don't own camper vans I don't think they realise that if you want to go on a campsite, you've got to book up weeks or months in advance. You can't just say on a Thursday night, okay, tomorrow we'll go off to the campsite. It doesn't happen like that. And another big issue is the costs. I've seen costs down in Dorset for one night with a campsite with no facilities as high as £95 for the night. Do you really expect people to pay that sort of costs for one night?
And the thing that I think some people are not realising is, like for Mark, who travels every single day in his van, it is not sustainable. I couldn't
afford to pay every night on a campsite. It's just not feasible.
And even for those people who have got, young families, they potentially can't spend a few nights on a campsite, but they could spend a few nights here at Lytham St Anne's.
But also, I don't want to stay on a campsite. You know what I mean? I don't want to wake up and be roped in around people's kids playing football and...
Well, worried about whether they're going to come over to any of the dogs as well. Worried about footballs being kicked on your van and basically have to babysit somebody else's child as well. Yeah,
I don't tell you to go on holiday in Butlins or Pontins. I'm not telling you where you could go. So why tell me where I should be going? Don't get that at all.
So what we did is, because this restriction said that there's no motor caravans on the promenade after 6 p.m, is we went off the promenade at 6 p.m and we actually went into a side street outside somebody's house. So that's what it's created. Then at 8 a.m. we moved away and back onto the prom.
As you can see, to follow the council's regulations on parking, we've had to move across the road. So that's where we was parked over there, away from people, and now we've had to come across the road and park in the residential street to avoid getting a parking ticket, which we don't like. We don't like doing that, but it's following what the council requests us to do.
But there's certain bits that you have to move after 2 hours, which is, again, ludicrous.
Who would bring their family to the beach, coming all this way for 2 hours? Yet the shops are not within walking distance. So if you was going to use any of the facilities, you couldn't actually even get to the shops, buy what you needed, come back and spend any time here. It's a crazy situation. I don't know how the council expect it to work. But for those of you that did used to use Lytham St Anne's, you can park on the side streets opposite, or some of them at least, opposite to where the beach is. We've got sort of a sea view across the main road, so you can still use the side roads at the moment. But I think as soon as people start using those side roads, the council will put restrictions in on those. So what really is it that the council is trying to do here? Is it to persecute all the travellers? Is this the start of...
I think they're just trying to stop freedom.
Is it the start of 15-minute cities? Is this the beginning of restricting people, telling people or encouraging the locals to not want travellers, not want visitors, not want tourism?
Don't forget there's also a sign that says no barbecues and outdoor cooking. So you're discouraging people from coming and having...
Even to have a family barbecue, a family barbecue on the beach. Yeah, it's just like... The old world has become a killjoy. People made a lot of comments at the Appleby videos saying that we were basically wanting things for free, and it was the taxpayer of Appleby that footed most of the bill. If somebody comes to your city, your village, we are tourists. We are coming to use the facilities and spend money and enjoy your town, no matter what it's for, whether it's for an horse fair or whether I'm just a walker, a backpacker, or somebody coming to stay in your B&B. I'm a tourist, and that's how you should be seeing the travellers who come to Appleby.
Well, the travellers that travel wherever, like now we're in Lytham
St Anne's, yeah.
We need some more milk very shortly. We'll be going to get it from a local shop. If we travel down the road
we can't, because if we go to a local shop, we can't return. There's the parking restrictions say we cannot return. Once you move off from here, there's no return. So if you're following the parking restrictions, you can't go to the shop and buy stuff and come back. Which again is complete nonsense. It makes no sense whatsoever. That's what this video is about, really.
It makes no sense. There we go.
Maybe that's what this video is. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
Anyway, if you have joined us from Appleby, if you're one of the new subscribers, thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening to me rant and moan.
And I'm surprised he knows where he is, because he usually doesn't.
And we just totally disagree with a lot of what the councils are trying to do. We just want people to have the freedom to be able to enjoy their lives. I mean, life is so short as it is. We don't want you to be working your whole life away and not enjoying yourself. And that's basically what we want ourselves. Now, you explain to me, if you work for the council, you explain to me if there were, I don't know, 100 vans parked along this road, 200 vans, what difference would it make to anyone? Why would it be a pain to anybody whatsoever? Look at it. So as you can see, later in the evening, everything is pretty much as quiet as possible. There's no cars, there's no people walking about. There would be no disruption from people using the highway to park and enjoy their camper van. But still the councils seem to think there would be a problem. The houses are far enough from the road not to be bothered by anyone. To me, it just feels like you lot are a bunch of killjoys. You want to destroy anything anyone else wants to do in life. Any freedom. We're parked over there. We're having to park our vans on a side road now because you've stopped us from parking on this side of the road. Here's a top business tip for the council. Why don't you charge dog walkers to walk their dogs? Or cyclists for cycling? Or even walkers? Maybe we could charge people for even looking. Or why don't you charge the houses extra council tax for a better view? How does anyone come as a tourist in Britain to enjoy the beach, to enjoy your town, when there's nothing going on? Why would anyone want to come here and spend any time, spend any money? How do you expect tourism in England to continue when you're killing the town yourself? Look, there's another person out in their car. Maybe the parking, all this parking is saved just in case they want to park and walk their dog. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Please take the time to leave your comments and give me your views.